Hello and welcome back to another Trackmania Live. Not as busy as last week when I had 13 guests on. Today is only 4 guests, but you know me, quality over quantity. And who is the best quality player in Trackmania at the moment? Well, we found out on Sunday that one guy is really a level above the rest and dominated that. Papou, welcome back. And life is great for you right now, right?
Hey, thank you. So life is of course great because of the what happens this Sunday. But yeah, I mean it's great. I'm kinda happy right now.
I mean, you already secured yourself a playoff spot, right? That must feel good.
No. I mean, there are still 5 steps to go, so it's never done. But yeah, it's a great step for me. It's a great opportunity for me to get to the playoff. So yeah, it's getting me more confident, I would say. But yeah, nothing is done yet.
And can you tell us how was you able to do what you did on Sunday? Because I mentioned on my cast at least that was one of the most dominant performances I've seen, and this time it was against the best players in the world essentially, and they had 6 weeks themselves to train the maps, but still you are a level above them.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is the break where I went to Portugal for vacation. Maybe I don't know. Always the breaks and then playing. But yeah, I don't know. On Sunday, I just played my game. Maybe I did like a few mistakes that I could have avoided, like on last map. I could have like gained maybe 2 or 4 points more. But yeah, I mean that's details, I played my game, full load off. Like I tried to not look at the position on the car, and yeah, it went pretty well.
Before the step, did you have any idea about getting away with 90 points plus?
No way. I was like, well, I don't know how it will go. I mean, I knew I had the pace, I had like 5 WLs on the maps. I knew I had the pace. I knew if I played like I did in training, I mean, it will go well. So yeah, I knew I had the capacities, but I didn't know it will happen. It will go that well, actually.
But take us through the first map. That was a battle between you, Carl Jr., and Pack, one of the closest battles we've seen, and that was for 6 laps. Did you have cars on? Did you see that you were actually so close together with them?
No, I played with Adolf. I mean, we couldn't as well activate the cars, so cars off. And no, I didn't know about the fight. I knew like the position was like 1, 2, 3 on the car each time. I was like, oh, okay, it's I guess it's tight. But I don't know. I played my game, and yeah, 1 or 2 mistakes as well. But yeah, it went pretty well. I won this one, I guess.
Yeah, you won it. Yeah.
Yeah. So quite. I was during a great start. I guess it was pretty one.
But then once you get into the flow, do you think that starting off the step is important for the overall confidence for, let's say, map 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6?
Yeah, sure. Because Trackmania is all about confidence, momentum. So yeah, if you start well, I mean, it puts you in a good mood, I will say, and so yeah, I mean, I felt like map 2, even though I knew I could be fast as well on this one, but yeah, I failed it somehow. Maybe like too much pressure on myself. So yeah, and then reset and yeah, just go.
Yeah, because then after you went into map 3, 4, and that is something new for this season that only was 50%. How was that for you as a player?
I mean, I didn't know how to approach it, so yeah, I just played like I just played like normal, no pressure. I mean, I tried to have no pressure, I mean, same Adolf, only playing my game, basically.
But once there is so many points coming into it, and let's say once you come into the last map with that amount of point, is it extra pressure on yourself? Do you think about, oh damn, if I fuck this up, I will look stupid, I will lose a big opportunity?
Yeah, so yeah, this is basically the what I thought. But to counter that, I was like, yeah, so I just need to play safe and be in top 8, like no mistakes, and it will be fine. And I scared myself because like on map 5, I touched before the full speed section, so I was like, oh my god, no, not like this. I was like, I had no speed, so I was first, but I had no speed, so I went to second. But during a long time, the position in the car were fixed to 2, so 2 seconds. I was like, okay, so there is quite a bit gap, and so I really thought I would have dropped out of the top 8 with this mistake, but quite fortunate I did secure top 4, I guess, on this map. So but it was going to last two maps with a lot of points. It's I do not recommend it.
You don't recommend it, no?
No. It's pressure is too high with so many points. Yeah.
But we talk about you being prepared, you doing well, but are you maybe surprised that other people didn't match your level, so that you were that dominant? Do you think that other people didn't prepare enough? Why are you so much better than the others and got so many more points in that?
I don't know about the preparation, because when I was in vacation, they could have like try harded like for 3 weeks when I was like resting, etc. So I don't think the preparation is an excuse. I did prepare well, that's for sure, when I got back. Maybe like I understood some things on the new games that maybe they didn't. I don't think so, because they did some of them played like Track of the Day, etc. So they discovered maybe some some details I didn't know about. So I don't know what I can say. Well, this is the first like big match since the Zero Cup, I guess. So maybe that's the comeback of the league. So maybe they are not maybe like warmed up. Or, I don't know. I don't really know, man.
But is there any?
What happened. So
is there any players that surprised you? Maybe first in a positive way.
In a positive way, I don't know. I expected all players to be, good, of course. In a positive way, I would say like I don't want to say Orel because that's what happened is so unfortunate. Even though he played good as well, I guess. And Spam played really well. I guess as well. He placed second. Is that it? So because I didn't know he would like be second on the first step. So Spam probably.
But then, in a negative way, is it some players that you expected more from?
No, so of course I would say like Carl, because usually he has a lot. He's the guy who has the most amount of points. So oh, hey Spam. So that's basically the one. Maybe Pack. I don't know what happened in last map. Maybe you talked about the extra pressure. Maybe that's what happened to him. That's as I said, it's a pretty tough one to come on the last map with a lot of points. So I don't know. Carl and Pack, I would say.
But then going into the future, I sort of jokingly said that you already secured yourself a spot in the playoffs, so you don't need to play anymore. But how motivated are you going to be for the next 5 steps, and how much training are you going to put in for the next 5 steps?
Yeah, so my motivation is not going down. At the contrary, But as the cash prize maybe changed compared to last season, because you don't win any more prize with map winning, and it's more like group stage placement. So there is some prizes for the first, for the position basically. So it's maybe if I can do first, it will be a plus for me, basically. And basically top 8, of course, playoff. This is not secured at all. If I score 0 points in the 5 following steps, I'm out, I guess. So basically, trying to get some more points. Like maybe not a 92 steps. I mean, I don't know. Maybe next one will be. I mean, I said the same like last year with step 5. I was like, yeah. I mean, I will try to do like 20 points. I did like 100. So yeah, maybe the fact that the pressure is going down, maybe I will play even. I mean, if without any extra pressure, maybe. So maybe I will even play better. Who knows?
I have to be honest. I did have this betting league. I did a top 3 predictions. I ended up with actual 0 points. So I need your help for step 2. Can you name 3 players that you think will do well in the next step?
Okay, so I would say Spammy.
Because he's in chat.
Yeah. And then I would say I would love to see Orel because I think he's already training a lot on the new maps as well. And yeah, I will not put Carl because this is the easy pick. And I will put Kappa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he's in the top of your tier list, So
Yeah. You seen my tier list? Do you agree with it?
Yeah, I saw it. Just before the match, I saw it. Yeah.
So I give you some motivation. You're gonna say like, "Hey, I'm gonna prove this guy wrong. I am actually a winner candidate."
Well, yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like, okay, I see.
Let's see.
That's wrong.
Yeah. It's good that you take it that way and not as salty, because someone in the comment section said like, yeah, let's see how many people actually show up to your interviews in the future, because they expected just the top 4 to be in there. But I said, I just do this for fun, right?
Yeah. So I hope I proved you wrong. That's it.
Yeah. You have proven people wrong as well, because I saw in the highlights video I did, it was like Papou is the most underestimated Trackmania player out there. So do you think that you will still be underestimated in the future steps?
I don't know. Probably not. But yeah, maybe like next season, maybe I will be again underestimated as well.
Yeah.
So
The Polmeister.
So maybe you can update your tier list, maybe.
Maybe I should do that. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's it for today. So just a short interview here and there. But if you do the same performance that you did last week in the upcoming steps, then I'm gonna invite you back, because it seems like Trackmania Grounding at the moment is just about Papou. So then I need to invite you back, right?
No, it's not. It's not about me, man. Oh, there's 16 players and.
It felt like it was one player. It felt like it was one player only on Sunday.
Nah.
But any final words to the people that is going to follow you on Sunday? Any final words about Trackmania overall, Trackmania in life? Any final words before we let you go?
So thank you for inviting me again. For this weekend, I'm excited to spectate the OGL actually. And for Sunday, may the gliders be with me.
That's it for Papou. That's it for the leader of the Trackmania Grounding at the moment. Upcoming next is actually a guy who's first time on this Trackmania Live. That is Javzo. Thanks a lot, Papou, and good luck on Sunday.
See ya. Thank you.
It's time to welcome someone new to this channel and to the Trackmania Live. He casted for one of the biggest organizations that recently joined Trackmania Grand League, that being Team Secret. His name is Javzo, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to the Trackmania Live. How is life at the moment, Javzo?
Thanks. I'm doing fine myself. Not too much going on besides, work and stuff like that.
I mentioned that this is the first time on this channel. I guess the hardcore scene knows you, but for people that might not know you, I'm going to give you an opportunity and give them an opportunity to get to know you. Can you introduce yourself? What do you do in Trackmania, and what do we need to know about you?
Well, to summarize it a little bit, I'm a tech player for currently Team THE, playing for their second lineup, and I love to play tech competitions with them. Furthermore, I am quite recently as well solo player for Team Loud, so I've got that going. And besides that, I love to cast occasionally, and recently I started casting for Team Secret.
And can you tell us how much did you cast in the past? Because I saw someone hitting me up and saying that Javzo is like maybe one of these surprises to see in the casting Trackmania Grand League. But can you tell, when did you cast the first Trackmania match, and in what year was it?
It was actually legit this year. I started, I believe, at TMM. Yeah, basically I started casting with like the THE matches, the team I was playing for. And well, that's kind of evolved into more kind of different matches in probably only the tech scene. And now this is with Team Secret, the first thing outside of the tech scene. So.
But then how much of the Trackmania Grand League do you know? You said, you mentioned that you are a tech player, you casted tech, but is it like you follow other stuff in Trackmania, or is it inside this tech bubble?
No. I follow TMGL a lot, for sure. I also played last season of OGL, so I'm familiar with the maps and things like that, and with the format. Yeah, definitely.
And then how would you sum up your first step? How was it to cast it? I understood that you got some sort of short notice to actually cast it, but how would you summarize it now on a Wednesday that is 3 days since you casted it?
Well, start off, I was really, really nervous, but yeah, I did not have a lot of time to prepare, so I went live pretty short beforehand, and I think that's something I'll definitely change. Just prepare a little bit more, because I have the possibility to do that now, and yeah, go live a little bit earlier, some more stuff to talk about. But the cast itself, I think it went fine. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about it, I think.
What was the feedback from the chat? Because Team Secret is a brand new org in this game, so maybe some of the fans of Team Secret have never watched Trackmania, but what was the experience the chat gave you? What was the feedback they gave you?
Well, that's actually a pretty good question. Well, I think most of them were kind of surprised on how the game worked, and it was pretty chaotic with all 16 cars, driving around, and crashes occasionally happening as well. Well, besides that, I think the format was pretty clear. So there weren't a lot of questions raised about that. Although you had the occasional comment about the point system being harsh. I think, yeah, that was about it. They weren't really they understood what was happening.
Yeah. For people that didn't see your cast, how would you sum up you as a caster? How would you describe yourself to a Trackmania player, as a Trackmania watcher? What is your way of casting?
I really like to really, calling out what's happening at the moment, and a little bit watching the surroundings. So let's see. I don't really know exactly,
Yeah, it's hard to describe yourself, right?
Describe. I think it's just calling out what's going on.
But then if you look into the future of Trackmania Grand League, you still have hopefully at least 5 more steps and maybe a playoff if everyone qualifies to that. How will you try to work on your casting? Is it going to be like, I take it as it comes? Will you prepare something special? How are you working between each Sunday?
I think I'm not sure yet if I have anything special, but I'll definitely make a little bit of the preparations and summarize, for example, the steps beforehand and explain the format a bit. General stuff. Besides that, the interviews with Yvonne as well. We need to work that a little bit out on when to do them, since I hit him up as well pretty short before that time. It did work out eventually, but it wasn't that smooth in my opinion.
But can you tell us how much contact do you have with Team Secret at the moment? Is it like they just wanted you for Trackmania Grand League? Do they want to have you involved in the future, like maybe they want with Ebon? What is the relationship with you and Team Secret at the moment?
Well, right now, I believe it's for TNGL only, and I haven't received that much more information besides that for if they want me to keep it for in the future. That's definitely something to talk about, I guess.
But I mean, I mentioned this is the biggest or one of the biggest orgs. I'm not really sure about how big they are outside Twitter, but I only care about Twitter and they have the most followers there. So I would say they are the biggest org. How does it feel to get these sort of opportunities? Because not only can this help you maybe in Trackmania, but this can maybe help you overall as a profile in the esports world if this blows up. How important or how does it feel to get this sort of opportunity?
Well, like I already said before, I was extremely nervous about now after the first step and the cast. It's settled a little bit. I think it's really amazing. I get an opportunity like this, and I'm actually really thrilled. So I'm looking forward to the next steps and hopefully a playoff as well.
Yeah. But you mentioned that you played OGL last season. Will you play it this season as well?
Yes, definitely. Although I must admit I have trained a little bit less than compared to last season.
Hello?
Well, one thing I really noticed with the new Trackmania is I am practicing a lot more alone instead of with friends and teammates. So that's definitely a big thing for me. And it's not really motivating to train alone.
But would you say that you have any goals for Open Grand League, or?
Well, let's see. I think I'm not sure what I'm capable of with this amount of practice, but I would like top 16. I think that would be really amazing to reach.
Maybe then Team Secret get 2 Trackmania players in the future.
Yeah, if that would be possible.
Yeah, you won't say no, right?
Of course not.
But if you talk, and then if we talk about a wider perspective, what is your future in Trackmania? Do you have any plans about how long you want to play, what you want to do in the future, and if so, tell us what is your future in Trackmania looking like?
Well, right now I don't think I'll do a lot different since I'm still participating in quite a lot of events. I'm actually really looking forward to the next tech team event, which would be CPS, I believe. And hopefully cast some matches as well and stream a little bit on the side. I think that's about my plans.
Yeah, it sounds good, and sounds like if the CPS goes well, then maybe I have to invite you back on. And if you have any news about Team Secret, maybe signing a new player, you know where to find me. It's on Discord in the DMs, and then I will try to be the first one to break that news, right?
All right, of course.
But it's been a pleasure, man. And like I said to you in private messages, it's always good to have some new upcoming people in Trackmania Grand League, not only as players, but also as casters. Last season, we had the Geek stepping up, and we see where he is now. This only helps the scene to have new profiles also in the casting world. So I just want to wish you good luck in the future and hope that the Team Secret opportunity is more than just Trackmania Grand League casting.
Yes, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, man. That's it for Javzo. Next up should be Ascuns, and then Bren is after that. It's time to welcome some new faces into the Trackmania Live, someone I haven't talked to before, but he seems to come more and more up on my feed, and I was like, hey, I don't understand what he's saying, so the best chance is actually to ask him who he is, what he do in Trackmania, and sort of get a feeling about this French community overall.
Yeah.
It's time to welcome you in, man. How is life? How is everything? And who are you, really?
Thank you, Eirik. I'm doing pretty well, So to introduce me to the English community, because I guess that a lot of English players just watch your videos to understand what is happening in France. And so my name is Ascuns. I play Trackmania since 1 year. And that's not much, in fact, because I started this project of being a good player in Trackmania a year ago when I was to the Trackmania Cup 2019. I just thought this game is so good. It's so good. I want to do a project project from scratch, being a noob to the game and practice during a whole year the game and see how far I can go in a Trackmania Cup 2020. So that's why you can maybe see my face now, because I live stream the game since a year, and I started really bad, and now I'm kind of proud of my level in the game. I passed the 5th round in a Trackmania Cup, and now I do competitions and various projects on the game, like mostly competitions, But I want to play the game furthermore to be really good for Trackmania Cup 2021. So that's my project. I just practiced the game for a year and now continue practicing the game for the next Trackmania Cup.
So you are a direct reason of Serator's influence in Trackmania. Without him, you wouldn't be in Trackmania.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah, let's say that if the Trackmania Cup 2019 wasn't a thing, would you be in Trackmania, or is that the reason why you found out about it?
I think I started the game because Zerator brought a lot of hype to the game, and without that, I wouldn't be as much involved in the game,
But then you have played for a year or over a year now. Can you tell us, what is your feeling about the Trackmania? You have been sort of in the most busy time of Trackmania. We had some big numbers by Zerator, and of course the new game. So can you tell us, how would you sum up your time in the last year in Trackmania?
It was at first it was just play the game on live stream and have fun on it, because just doing the solo campaign in Trackmania 2 Stadium. But then I realized that the game is really cool to just relax and chill, because it's a game where I can just speak with my community and still keep playing. And at first it was a really exhausting game, because it's kind of hard and everything. But now it's just a game that relaxes me a lot. And that's why I kept playing the game even during December, for example, one of the worst months for Trackmania, because there is no competitions, there is no Zerator or anything else. And that's why I kept playing the game. And that was, from now on, it's the game I launch when I want to relax on my computer. And I just play maps and enjoy it, yeah.
And then for someone who's new to it, I guess you are maybe a good person to ask. What would you say is the difference between the old game that you played for a little while and then the new game that you have essentially also played for a little while?
It's funny, this question, because one of my friends, maybe you know him, Ceremix. It's a French streamer. And he was like, oh no, the game is so different from Trackmania 2 Stadium. There is like 1 pixel difference with the car. And personally, I think that the game is really similar. And it's quite natural to play the new game when you've played a lot Trackmania 2 Stadium, except, for the ice. But it's realistic, maybe. It's not, it won't exist in real life, but it's the feeling of the car. It's just, but it's ice, so it slides okay, and that was not so hard to be in the new game, you know. What I think.
There is a topic in Trackmania at the moment that how will we keep new players in this game? You have been a new player yourself. What would you say is the key part to actually keep players that are coming into it to actually play Trackmania for a year and more like you do?
I think that what they're doing with the new game, with Track of the Days and Track of the Day and everything else, is a good way to keep new players. Because you know, it's like even if you're not good at the game, there is every day different tracks and different way to play. I think that's the way to keep new players, but it's really hard because I can't say how to keep new players because I stayed at the game because it was a project on my streams, etc. I don't know if I would have played the game that much if I wasn't streaming, you know, the game. I think I think that what they are doing right now with the new game is pretty good to keep new players. I think. And in fact, the TMGL and every project now that it's more casual friendly, I guess, with more streamers, etc., might bring new players in the game without the Zerator streaming or anything else. That's great, I think.
You said you had a project from Zerator Cup 2019 to 2020. Will it be a project to see how much better you can be until the next edition as well?
Yeah, I will keep practicing the game. And I think I do several videos on my YouTube channel because I'm also a YouTuber, and every video is like, from now on, I'm pretty bad, but in 2 months we're gonna do another video to see how good I can be, and I will just continue this until 2021, and maybe further if I want to play the game further, you know. That's a really cool project that is really really cool to have on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. It's really great.
So how do you then improve? Is it like asking your friends to remix? Is it asking the top players? Or is it learning simply everything yourself?
In fact, at first it was being coached by players like Wozil and Cyremix and Schultz. It's a French player as well. But it was the key to progress faster than everyone, you know, because they were like, this is how you drift, this is how you practice on dirt, this is how you have to behave on different surfaces, you know. But now it's just by myself and by watching other players and playing with them. But it's not like they teach me stuff, because with 400 hours of practicing the game for now, I can understand pretty much everything when I play it now. So it's just watching the pro players to play, but not if I ask them how to do it. We'll be like, I don't know, man. You can just do it and just try it, and that's no, it's just practicing, you know. But at first it was being coached. Yeah, the Trackmania community was really great to me, and that was so cool at first.
But do you have any goals for the next edition of Zerator Cup? That is going to be like the biggest and probably most stacked edition we have ever seen of the Cup. So what goals do you have for that edition?
My official goal is to be on stage, you know, play with pro players. But I know that it's impossible because they play the game since several years. But my goal would be to do better than I did to the previous edition. I did the 5th round. I want to go further, and that's my goal, personal goal.
But it's not only Zerator Cup that you're involved with. We saw recently that you are announced to be casting the Trackmania Grand League, casting it for one of the newest orgs. You're now casted one step of Trackmania Grand League. Can you tell us, how was your Sunday?
My Sunday, I casted the Trackmania Grand League for BDS Esports. It's a Sweden, how do you say it? It's from Switzerland, Swiss esport club. And I was casting for the player Afi, if you know him, and that was so cool to do. It was my first cast ever, and I realized that it's so great to explain things about the game, but also it's a show, you know. It's you have to do, oh my god, Carl Jr. is on what the you know. And it was so cool, and I will continue to cast it until the end of TMGL. And now I want to do the Open Gold League as well. It will be on Saturdays, and that was really cool. And we continue it maybe on different games later. I don't know.
But can you tell us, how did this deal come to fruition? Was it BDS reaching out to you? Was it AFI? Was it you reaching out to them? How did you end up casting Trackmania Grand League?
In fact, BDS tried to join another streamer, Kenny Stream, or maybe someone else, and he was not available for this event. So Kenny Stream said, "Oh, Ascuns is a new player of Trackmania, and he's really involved in the community. It would be great if you let him cast the game." And that's how they joined me. They just sent me a Twitter direct message, and that's it. Now I'm here.
But then I guess your chat is a good example of how do new fans react to Trackmania Grand League. What was the reaction you got from casting it? Did you see any reaction from the chat, any feedback?
It was a huge question I wondered before the event, because it was like, Trackmania Grand League is a cool event, but it's really reserved to the Trackmania community. It's like if you're not a Trackmania player, you won't enjoy Trackmania Grand League. So at the start of the stream, I was like, I had to explain everything about the Trackmania Grand League, and my chat was like, "It's so cool! I want to see more." And they reacted really well. They enjoyed it a lot. Go Afi, go Afi, go Afi. And it was really cool, and they didn't expect so much hype around this project. But I was like, even I discovered the TMGL last year after 3 steps. Even if I'm a Trackmania player, so I thought, how can a non-Trackmania player discover these events? But it's much more hyped, today.
And then you look further, there are still 5 steps left. I have put a ballsy bet out there. I said that Afi is going to make the playoffs. Do you think that Afi will eventually make the playoffs, or how do you see his chances in Trackmania Grand League?
I don't know him so well for now. He did 5th on first step. I think that he's a really good player with a nice, how would you say, régu, we say in French, when you pass consistency, sorry. And I hope to see him in the playoffs, but he's a new player in Trackmania Grand League. It's only the first step. It's hard to not imagine player like Carl Jr., Pac, anyone else being in the playoffs. But I hope so much that he will be in the playoffs. I would be so proud of him, because he's a really nice guy, really really happy. When I was with him in Discord after the event, he was like, "Oh my God, I did it!" So happy, and that's really cool for him. And I hope he will be in the playoffs. But I can't expect it from him, because he shouldn't be disappointed if he's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly what I said as well. He's an underdog, but everything above a playoff is simply a bonus for him. It's his first season, right? So everything's a bonus, and that must be great to simply go in there and play. You have nothing to lose. And Carl Jr. has everything to lose, right?
Right. But his level is really impressive. I didn't thought he was this good, in fact, at the game, and I'm really proud of him for what he did on step 1.
But then if you look at the other players, how much knowledge do you have about them? And is there any players that sticks out to you as a favorite to win Trackmania Grand League?
My favorite is, like everyone, I think Papou, because Papou is really impressive, and I really like him. He's so nice, and he's really fun, etc. But in fact, I don't know that much other players, because I was joined by BDS 2 days before the TMGL, so I didn't have time to just check every players, etc. But I think Papou can do it on first place. Maybe Carl Jr., of course, if his level just rises a bit for the next step. And that's it. Other players like Matt, Twin, Avon, etc. I don't know them that much, so I will just wait and see what they can do.
And final question from me. There are a lot of different casts in Trackmania Grand League. Can I tell people that maybe down our French, why should they watch your cast? What is sticking out to you? How would you describe your cast?
In fact, I'm not a bad player of Trackmania, and there are some French cast of bad players to Trackmania. I'm just kidding, but I think that I can bring something different. Like I know the game really well, and I played the map for Open Grand League. So I know the difficulties of every map, and I can explain this to the audience, and that's the main difference, I guess. And please just join us for every step on Sundays. Don't go watch Sardoche. He has too much viewers. Just kidding.
But tell them, people, where can they watch it? What is the Twitch handle they can go and watch it at?
It's really hard to spell, even in English, but it's Ascuns Missile.
Okay.
Because Ascuns is not a name available on Twitch, don't know why. So just a joke with Ascuns and missile, rocket in English, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm really fast. That's why I just picked that. And maybe we'll put the link in the description below.
I can do that.
In the description below, just take the link.
But yeah, any final word for people? I said that I watch you a lot of in my Twitter feed. I see your name popping up here and there. If so, how will we see you in the future of Trackmania besides maybe just Zerator Cup and Trackmania Grand League?
I think that now I will do at least one competition a month, I guess. Like the other months I did CAC Cup from Kameto Corp. And that's how they can see me in Trackmania, because I do a lot of competitions, because that's how I like to play, practice maps for competition, and the stress of being near the 8th place that you need to pass. It's so cool. I like it a lot. And that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. And I just want to say thanks for stepping up and being so. It's so easy to ask French streamers to come on. It's like every time I ask, I expect to, and someone has to say no at some point. But all of them are like, yes, of course, I will do it. And it's so easy to book you guys. So I just want to say once again, you are one of these guys that are really easy to book with, even though we have never spoken before. It's like, sure, let's go ahead and do this interview.
That's really cool of you. And in fact, I think we are all impressed of your work on Trackmania, and that's really cool to see someone that implied in the game and that professional, you know, because you do a lot of things, and it's not only one player. Every player has a highlight with you, you know, and that's really great of you as well. Thank you.
And then a final word for me. I see you at the stage in Bercy, Accor Hotel Arena, so I can do an interview with you there as a player, right?
Right, of course.
That's it for Ascuns. And if you want to see him, he is also casting Trackmania Grand League on Sunday. That for BDS in French. Thanks a lot once again for stepping up and doing this.
Thank you, man. See you maybe later or any day.
We'll see each other soon. It's time to welcome a familiar face of this channel back. Last time he was on to recap the grand final of the CLT Trackmania Cup. I tried to get him on last week when I did all of these Trackmania Grand League players interview before the season started. Sadly, this guy was on a holiday enjoying his life, but now he had taken the time to actually do this interview. Bren, how is life? How is everything? And how was the holiday?
Well, life is good. As you said, I just came back from holidays, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty hyped to play the game again. Like, it was a good reset, so I'm happy. And life is good.
Where was the holiday headed to? Was it like Portugal, like Papou, or?
No, I stayed in France, but yeah, I went surfing for 2 weeks. So yeah, no computer, only good waves. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, the surfer boy from Australia is still surfing, right?
Of course. Well, that's the reason why I went to Australia, so of course.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Papou having a little break after the CLT Trackmania Cup, and we saw what he did the last step. Do you think that the holiday eventually will help you in this upcoming Trackmania Grand League season that is already going on, actually?
Well, it didn't really help me for the first step, let's be honest. Because I was absolutely trash at the game. But yeah, well, actually it motivated me again to play the game. Like, I was a bit burnt out after like the Zerator Cup and then the whole month of August. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to be back. I'm quite motivated to train and try to do good, especially with all the support I get from Kameto Corp, which like pushes me a lot. So I'm happy to play the game again, and I'll just try to be good, and hopefully it helps. But I can't really say right now. We'll just see in the upcoming weeks. So we'll see.
But why was the decision of taking a holiday until the day before the upcoming Trackmania Grand League step? Was it planned already way back? Was it a reason for it? How prepared were you actually because of this holiday?
Well, the thing is, I had to go on holidays at this time because I wanted to go on holidays with my parents for once, and it was pretty much the only time where we could go. So yeah, it was planned quite a while back. So that's the main reason why we went that late. But I planned to train there because I brought my laptop that I use in Australia, and I brought my screen. My
map screen, yeah.
Yeah, the screen. Let's say the screen. I planned to train, but I just turned my computer on for like 30 minutes, not more, because I just couldn't find motivation there. I just didn't want to. So yeah, I practiced before because I knew I was going on holiday, so I just practiced for the first 2 weeks of August, something like that. Not that much, but at least I knew the maps and I was decent at the maps. But then I came back, and when I saw the times on Sunday, I was like, yeah, what the fuck? I'm like 2 seconds slower than everyone just in one lap.
Yeah.
So I was just assuming that I would play bad, and I just focused on the last 2 maps. And then I had a few technical issues on Sunday as well during the step with like a blue screen and everything. Like it's not an excuse. Like I played like shit, but still didn't put me in the good mindset. And it seems fixed now, so hopefully it stays like that. But yeah, well, I was practiced. I mean, I practiced before. I was trained, and it will be better for the next weeks. But I mean, not the best performance so far.
I did this sort of tier list to allow the casual fans to eventually get to know the players themselves. And I really wanted to put you up on sort of a podium contender because we know how good you can be. But from last season, we saw you didn't even qualify to the playoffs. Now we see this step 1. How prepared and how motivated do you think that you will be this season? And where do you think that eventually you will end up?
Well, I must agree with your tier list because I saw it. I saw the video, and I mean, I watched it, and I kind of agree with the fact that I'm like a make or break player. I say I can reach the top 8. Let's not say easily, but I'm quite confident that I can do it. Because I need to step it up and be better in the upcoming weeks. Like, there's no way I can make it with how I played like last Sunday. But like, I'm quite confident. I'm pretty sure I can do it. We'll see though. Like, I mean, I can't really say anything because if you see, like, for example, Kappa, who played not that good this week and ended up being 4th with the last 2 maps, and then Orwell, who played really good and ended up being last. Like, you can't really tell. Like, you can be the best player and lose all your points. So we'll just see. Let's just hope I can do good enough on a few steps and gather some points.
Yeah, because the reason why I say you're make or break, because you have this skill level that is good enough to win it. You won the Leon Esport tournament. You have been in the grand final of the beta season. You have been winning the ZRT Trackmania Cup. So you have this skill level that I think Pac mentioned you as one of the big 4 that eventually has the highest peak in skill level. But how will you try to reach this peak? Is it motivation that is the issue? Is it time that is the issue? Is it the map? How do you eventually get to the best possible Bren?
Well, definitely not time, because I have time to play and to practice. Maybe motivation. Like, I'm motivated, but it's hard for me to like go on the game, play for like 2 hours on the same maps and everything. Like, I'm not this type of person. Like, I'm just like I'm just chilling. I just want to be good, but I'm not trying to be the best. Hard enough, at least, which is not the good mindset, I know, but like it has worked so far. Not to beat Carl Jr. or Kappa or Pac even, because I consider him as one of the best as well. But yeah, I mean, I should practice more to reach that, but I can't really find the motivation right now. And hopefully I can do it. But I'm pretty sure, like, if I do good steps, I'll want to play more because I'll see that I succeed. But if I just keep playing like shit, I'd just be like, yeah, whatever, whatever. I'll just chill and see how it goes. So I'll try my best. But with the stream, I just don't want to stick to TMGL, all my streams and everything. So I'm just not playing as much as I should to like beat Papou and Carl and everyone. So as of now, I'm one of the worst players. But I know that if I step it up, I could be one of the best. So it's just like, as you said, a make or break. Like, it's definitely that.
I asked all the players that I had on last week this question about this open letter that was out, and then due to the reason of this new playoff system, and I asked them, is it that affecting your motivation? And I will ask you the same. Is the playoff system a motivational factor for you, or would you say that a motivation doesn't matter what kind of playoff system we have?
Honestly, I wanted to participate with everyone with the letter and like be one of the few players who like voiced my thoughts and everything. But like, I knew that I would play the TMGL whatever happened. Like, I knew that even if it's the worst format ever, I would play it and try to be one of the best. So it wouldn't change anything to like my performance and just me playing. But yeah, of course, I wish they just find a solution and find something that works out and that we can stick to and have like some sort of stability throughout the years even. But I mean, I'll be honest, I had a call with Hillis who explained to me why they wanted to try this format. So my mindset went from, this format is garbage and we shouldn't use it, to this format is garbage. But I understand why we could try it. And I'm just trying to not complain anymore and just be like, yeah, whatever. I'll just play, see how it goes, try to be the best. And as they wanted to like add a World Cup to satisfy our like competitors' motivation, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I have something else to rely on as a competitor, and even if TMGL is not as good as we could expect, that well, I'll just play it anyways and see how it goes. Like I don't really mind anymore.
Yeah, that sums up what I also had after speaking to Salty B for 2 hours. Sure, I understand maybe now more why you choose it, but still the playoff system is the playoff system. I still disagree with how it's playing out, but I can only imagine how it's going to be as a player. I'm going to watch it, so I don't
exactly.
be that affected, right?
Like it doesn't change anything to us. It's just bad, but yeah, whatever. We'll just play it. Like it's pretty much our job now, so we have to do it. Whatever it is. Like it could be decided in only one round. I would play it. I would complain every day, but I'd play it anyways because I have no other way to do.
Exactly. But there is something positive that has happened since last time. I mean, a quote from Turbo on my and his cast was, Bren DNF, but still the chat is going, go Bren. It's the reason because of this Kameto Corp and the influence they have. I saw some tweet about the numbers, but it was in French. I didn't really understand it. But can you tell us how has the first weeks been in this new world that is Kameto Corp?
Well, in a few words, I wasn't at the level of the supporters, you know? Like they were so hyped and so good, and I was playing so bad, so I felt a bit shit about that. But yeah, it was insane. Apparently, as you were speaking about numbers, apparently it was about 3,000 messages a second. So that's the stats we saw on Twitter. I'm not sure if it's true, but that's the stats that were recorded. So if it's that, then yeah, I understand why I had like 35 out of 36 cheers. Makes sense. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's faster than me on Twitter. I cannot even produce that kind of numbers. That is insane. But can you tell people that are in the Trackmania community, and most of us are that is watching the content at least, are international, so we might not know Kameto, we might know Kote?
Yeah, Kote. Yeah.
Kote. What is Kameto Corp? What do we need to know about it?
Well, basically, it's all about. You can pretty much compare it to Zerator, you know, like streamers that wanted to make a team and then make it grow and have good players. Like for example, they recruited people on League of Legends or TFT now who perform well, and they decided to go on Trackmania as well and host a few tournaments and everything. So it's just a group of streamers and friends, mainly friends, and they just wanted to be more active on the scene and try to get a player, well, me on Trackmania. That's how it went.
And from what I understand behind the scenes, it was planned to be announced after the Zerator Cup. That eventually was the official announcement. But sadly, or accidentally, Sardosh leaked this sort of stuff before the Zerator Cup. Everybody saw that Kameto was standing in front of Bren. How was that for you? Did you get any sort of reaction from Kameto? Did you get any reaction from the Solary fans? How was that leak in your view?
Well, basically what happened is that we just tried to not hide it, but just said that it wasn't official, anything could change, and then like we shouldn't, like guys, you shouldn't understand, I mean, you shouldn't remember what SAR said, and you'll just see in the upcoming weeks what will happen. So we just tried to like, I can't say it properly, but like make it kind of disappear. But I just received questions every day on my stream, like, what's your new team? What's your new team? Host like Casey, Bren, and everything. Yeah, exactly. That's the good way of saying it. Exactly. So yeah, we just try to make sure that people don't stick to what Sarge said and leaked, and just try to forget about it and get hyped again when it's announced. Well, it was not an easy task to do. We just tried, but yeah, I mean, people were hyped anyways, and like they just acted as if they were surprised when there was the announcement. They were like, oh, really? Really? I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, so a lot of gifts like pretends to be shocked, like, oh.
Exactly.
But can you tell us about the contract itself? Is it like 1 season? Is it 2 seasons? How long is the future, at least for now, looking in Kameto Corp?
Right now, I signed for 1 season, so until the next Zerator Cup in Bercy. So we'll see what's next, but there's some time still before that. So I'll basically be playing 2 seasons of TMGL, the Zerator Cup, and all the upcoming tournaments that interest me and are worth playing. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll just see in a year, but maybe we'll keep going after that. We don't know.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
mean, looking at the numbers with Go Bren, I mean, oh, come on, you have more Go Bren than in the history of Trackmania. The fan base you have at the moment is probably the biggest we have seen, at least. But looking at the numbers, 4,000 every second.
Yeah, definitely. And I must say that it's one of the most like positive one as well, because I played terribly again, and they were still cheering and being nice with me. Even on my stream, I received messages saying like, well, it's not the end. There are 5 more weeks and everything, and like it's pretty good to have this support and not just be like people complaining every time you lose or whatever. And it's also good, even though Carl is one of my best friends, especially on the game. It's good to not be, the second player and be a bit more in the light. It's quite satisfying to be boosted at the top, and it's good. It's good. I must say it's very, very good. I'm happy to be there. Yeah.
But can you tell us what does Kameto and Kotei said about what do they expect from you? I mean, they had Darker in Serati Trackmania Cup, but I understood that he was some sort of underdog and they just were happy for every round he qualified through. But you are one of the star players in Trackmania. You're one of the best players, so maybe they have higher expectations for you. Have they said anything about what they expect from you?
Well, I'm supposed to be the pro player, the pro Trackmania player, so they don't put pressure on Darker at all. Like, he should just improve and try to reach the top at some point. So, and I'll try to help him if I can. They don't want to put pressure on me. Like, they just want me to play my game and see how it goes, which is good as well. But obviously, they want me to perform, and they're more like they're happier if I do good and if I reach the top 4 or 3 or even 1. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, make or break, right?
Exactly.
Then it can be number 1 as well. Then it can be number 1 as well.
It's either top 1 or top 16.
Exactly. I like these kind of players like you, Scrappy and Masa. Like, we never know at the moment, but you still have the skill level to be up there, right?
Yeah. I feel like I can be good, but I just need to practice more, and hopefully I can do it. We'll see.
Before I let you go, I just want to ask you about, because you joined Kameto Corp, then you left Solary. It seemed, at least from the outside view, that they had a really good time there. The sort of connection within you and Carl was good. You and the guys in charge of it was good. How would you sum up your time in Solary and the moments you had there?
It was really, really good. Like, I met... basically, what happened before I joined Solary is that I was a viewer of their channel, and I knew them just from an outside perspective, and I just watched them. So when I joined Solary, it was a good experience, and I met very cool guys, and was one of the best atmosphere you can get in a team. Definitely, like one of the best teams you could even imagine. And I'm pretty sure it's rare to have that even in the whole world. So it was a really, really, really good time. Good, very nice people, and I still like them a lot. And I'm still a very good friend with Carl. And even though we're enemies now, it's just like it's just on the road. We're still friends, and the main thing is, even if the communities are like facing, I just want them to be respectful with Carl and Solary. Like, they can say whatever they want, but just be respectful, and it's going to be all good. But I have a lot of respect for them, and I don't have any regrets about leaving Solary, because I'm very happy of where I am right now. But it was a great experience, and I'm very happy to have been part of Solary before. Like, it was amazing, let's be honest.
Yeah. Allow the people to have this sort of shout out spot, because there are so many different streams in Trackmania. And then for the fans, if they want to follow your POE, it's Kameto Corp. But can you tell us what is the Twitch channel they can follow your chat on, and how would you describe the cast from Kameto?
How would I describe the cast he does for the TMGL, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll be completely honest. I haven't rewatched it because I played extremely poorly, so I just didn't want to watch it play again. But from what I saw during the Zerator Cup, because I watched Darker play, of course, and I'm pretty sure you saw the clips as well, and Chigik saw them as well. Like, he's a great showman, and I'm pretty sure he can hype even the worst match ever. So it's pretty cool. Like, you can be the worst player and still have some hype around you. So it's cool. It's cool. And the fact that he doesn't know the game that much makes it interesting as well, the same way as Shap and Wax did. Because like, you have a different approach to the game than if you have a cast from, let's say, Jeggy, Cornecrua, or virtual whoever, because it's a really different way of seeing the game, and I'm feeling like it's important for newcomers to have this approach to the game and not seeing only technical points with like precisions about drifts and everything. And it's pretty good to have like a very large vision of Trackmania instead of specific points. Sorry. So yeah, I think it's a very good way to introduce people to the game.
Thank you so much for stepping up and doing this interview, Bren. And I hope that the next time we will have it on, it will be a focus about how we eventually qualified into the playoffs, how he was a make and not a break player, right?
Yeah, well, hopefully I can be a make player now. I'll try. I'm practicing, not only on my stream, but I'm practicing outside my stream. Don't worry, I'll try.
There we have it. Thanks a lot, Bren, and good luck in the upcoming step. And if you want to follow him, then it's Kameto Corp on Twitch, and I guess you can follow him on Twitter and follow Kameto Corp overall on Twitter because they are somewhat hilarious, even though I don't understand a single word of French.
Yeah, they're worth checking out. Yeah.
That is it for this episode of Trackmania Live. A short episode, as you can see from the only 4 guests that we have. Thank you very much to Papou, Javzo, Ascuns, and Bren, who stepped up to answer the questions of Eirik. It must be noted that Ascuns and Bren's interviews were recorded a few hours before this episode went live, with Papou up first, then Javzo, and then of course Ascuns and Bren to complete it all. So thank you very much again for watching this episode of Trackmania Live. We'll see you all next time. This has been Thomas Mangozi, aka G-Geek, the producer for this episode. Godspeed, people!